we begin this evening's wisdom sharing session. The question is, can you analyze your dreams? So what are dreams? Dreams are stories and images that our minds create while we sleep. They can be entertaining. Can I just confirm? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Dinesh.
Okay, thank you. Dreams are stories and images that our minds create while we sleep. They can be entertaining, they can be fun, they can be romantic. Sometimes they can be disturbing, sometimes frightening, and sometimes bizarre. We may not remember dreaming, but everyone is thought to dream between 3 and 6 times every night. It is thought that each dream lasts between 5 to 20 minutes. And 95% of our dreams are forgotten by the time we get out of bed. However, sometimes the dreams that we remember make us wonder if there is an underlying meaning or message to the dream, and we want to find out. And we start Googling, and obviously we get various answers on the internet. Once there was a Zen monk, Bokoju. One morning, he woke up and immediately called his chief disciple, telling him, "Listen, I've had a dream. Can you please analyze it for me?" The disciple was very intelligent. He said, wait, let me bring some water for you. First, you wash your face. The disciple brought a pot full of water and helped the master wash his face and hands. While he was washing his face, another disciple passed by, and Bokoju said, "Listen, wait, I had a dream last night. Will you analyze it for me?" The second disciple was intelligent as well. He said, "Just wait. It is better that I first bring a cup of tea for you." And he brought him a cup of tea. After having washed his face and having had the cup of tea, Bokoju laughed and asked both of the disciples to sit down. And then he said, "If you had analyzed my dream, then I would have beaten both of you and thrown you out of this monastery." Bokoju said, "What analysis can a dream have? You have seen the dream, but you are now awake. So drop the whole circus about dreams." The disciples had given the correct answer. It was a test, their examination. The moment of testing had come. One disciple brought water to wash the master's hand and face. He thought the dream is gone. Now be finished with it. What more analysis is required? A dream is a dream. It is finished. The truth can be analyzed, but a dream, can the false be analyzed? Can what has never happened be analyzed? It is enough to know that it was a dream. Now wash your face, and you've just come out of it. The other disciple also did well by bringing a cup of tea. He thought, the master has washed his face, but it seems there is still a little sleep left. So he said, "Enjoy your cup of tea and you will be completely awake." This is what Ashtavakra is telling us. Wash your face drink your cup of tea. You were never separate from the universal consciousness. There was no way to be separate. So we come to the 18th sutra of Ashtavakra Gita of the first chapter. Ashtavakra tells us that which has form is unreal. That which has form is unreal. Only the formless is permanent. Once this is known, you will not return to illusion. So what Ashtavakra is telling us is that form is false. What has no form is actually the truth. So let us compare this to whirlpools that we see in the ocean. What is the whirlpool but waves arising in water? When the ocean becomes calm, where has the whirlpool gone? There is none. Basically, it was just a wave in the water. It took up a shape that arose in the water. Likewise, Ashtavakra is saying we are just waves of the divine. When the wave is gone, nothing is left behind. Not even ash is left, no trace remains. It is like writing on water. It disappears as you write. In the same way, all that happens in our life is only waves. We go to the 19th sutra of chapter 1, where Ashtavakra tells us, just as a mirror exists both within and apart from its reflected images, just as a mirror exists both within and apart from its reflected images, so the Supreme Lord, Brahman, exists everywhere, within and apart from this body. So Ashtavakra is explaining to us that just as a mirror is the same with or without an image reflected in it. Nothing happens to the mirror at all. There is just a reflection in the mirror. Similarly, consciousness or God is the same inside or outside the body. When we stand in front of a mirror, we see a reflection. But does something really happen in the mirror? No. A reflection made means nothing happens. We move aside and the reflection is gone. The mirror remains just as it was. Our reflection is made by us coming in front of it. We step aside and it is gone. In the mirror, nothing happens. The mirror remains in its own nature. Therefore, in this sutra, Ashtavakra says, stand before a mirror, reflection is made. It seems to be, but don't be fooled by the reflection. We are all fooled by reflections. This sutra tells us that reflective mirrors are surrounding us, outside, inside. Mirrors are reflecting in mirrors, and there is actually nothing at all. Ashtavakra says God exists inside and outside of this body. God is within, God is without. God is above, God is below. God is in the west, in the east, in the south, and in the north, in every direction, and the same one. They are all just small whirlpools, small waves rising in that vast ocean. So what Ashtavakra is trying to tell us is, don't think yourself as a wave, think yourself as the ocean. And it is this small difference which makes the difference between slavery and freedom. When we see ourselves as the waves, we are bound. When we see ourselves as the ocean, we are liberated. Now we come to the last sutra of the first chapter. Ashtavakra says, just as the same space exists inside and outside a jar, just as the same space exists within and outside a jar, the timeless, all-pervasive one exists in the totality of things. Ashtavakra tells us that when we have a pot in our hands, there is sky within the pot and there is sky outside the pot. It is the same sky inside the pot and the same sky outside. We may smash the pot, but the sky is never smashed. We can make a pot, but the sky is never distorted. No matter how the pot is shaped, crooked or round, the sky actually takes no form. Similarly, we are all vessels of clay, earthen pots. It is the same outside, the same inside. What we need to understand is not to place too much value on the thin wall of the clay. This wall of clay makes us into a vessel. The important thing is not to be identified with the vessel. If we believe that we are this wall of clay, we will go on being made into pots of clay. Our belief will bring us back into this cycle of births and deaths. No one else brings us into this world. It is our fixation that we are the pot that brings us back. Lao Tzu says, what is the meaning of the sides of the pot? The real meaning is in the emptiness inside the pot. If we fill it with water, the water fills the space, not the sides. When we make a house, do we call the walls the house? No, it's the empty space inside the house. We live in this. The walls are only the boundary. In reality, we live in the sky. What difference do the walls make? We remain in the sky, inner or outer. Today the walls exist, tomorrow they may fall, but the sky, the consciousness always exists. If we mistakenly take the house as the walls, take the pot as the layers of clay, and take ourselves as the body, it will be the same bondage. Just a small mistake in reading the Sutra of Life and everything goes wrong. It is a small mistake, a mistake of identification. We started Ashtavakra Gita series by King Janak having a dream. In the dream, he felt that he had become very poor and he was begging. When he woke up, he saw that he was actually a king. Janak tells him that both are dreams. The dream state was a dream, and this waking state is also a dream, and both are false. Today we conclude the first chapter, and for the time being, we are concluding this series. Later on, we will start again from chapter 2. By listening to wisdom sharing like Ashtavakra Gita, we get an intellectual understanding of the truth. But the greatest thing that will happen is that we will be inspired to move on the path of meditation. Self-realization will happen. If not today, then tomorrow. But it will happen. It has to happen. And when the happening takes place, it will not be something that we cannot comprehend. Ashtavakra is the most precise pointer. So friends, let us use Ashtavakra as a pointer for our own experiences. Let us make Ashtavakra a witness, walk on the path of meditation, and make the experience our own. Thank you. If anyone has got anything that they would like to share, please feel free to unmute and also start your video. Thank you very much. Thank you, Darshanaji. I hope to start a series from next week about another enlightened soul, Dada Bhagwan, and we will look at his life and his teachings, and I'm sure that it will be equally interesting and inspiring for us. Yes, Vindhyaji, yes.
Hello, Dinesh Ji. Thank you again. So glad one chapter. It is so deep that it'll take long. I knew that. So just the statement when you made about dreams, like, you know, what they said, right? It is just a dream. You're awake now. So what does it matter? But we talked so much about the four states, right? Awake state, dream state, and Turiya, whatever. I'm not able. And also I've been told, like, you know, dreams is a state where soul has experiences, like we have, just like we experience in physical realm. In dream also soul has, it's another way of getting experience. So how can we just, and even in previous times, like when I was reading Buddha's wife, that's like when Siddhartha was born, his mother had that dream of the ivory elephant, and they analyzed, that time they used to analyze everything. So how should we consider that?
It's a very, very good, very appropriate question. So Ashtavakra is obviously talking about it from the absolute sense.
Mm-hmm.
In the absolute sense, there is non-duality. There is only consciousness. So in that sense, everything else is a dream. This world, everything that is a form is a dream. So if we look at it from the absolute sense, dream has no meaning because the world, the universe has no meaning. Anything that is a form has no meaning. However, you know, if we identify ourselves with the body and then we have dreams, then you know, we would like to know what it is. It's the identification with the body which then makes us wonder about the dreams, because the dreams may be an indication of something happening to this incorrect identification. So compared with the absolute, unfortunately, Ashtavakra says that everything is just but a dream.
Actually, that's what I thought the first time when you said, because when he's saying awake, he's actually saying awake from even this physical dream, right? So I thought, but I don't know, we are caught in both. So I'm so confused. Thank you. Thank you.
Darshanaji?
First of all, thank you very much, Shah sir, about series on Dada Bhagwan.
Yes.
You mentioned that you will start it from next week.
Yes.
And it will be part of these sessions, or it will be a different session?
No. It will be part of these sessions on Wednesday.
Okay. And then how about this Ashtavakra Gita? Because you mentioned that you will start with chapter 2 next time. So I'm just asking because I'm very interested in your teaching. Always it is very important, interesting. So always I make a point that I attend your sessions. So that's why I'm asking.
Thank you. So what I thought was, because Ashtavakra Gita is quite sort of deep.
Yes.
So I thought I should take a break for some time from Ashtavakra Gita, you know, and then take the series of Dada Bhagwan from next Wednesday. And after a few weeks or a few months, I will then take the second chapter of Ashtavakra.
Okay. Understood. It's clear now. Thank you. I'm looking forward to your next session then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Induji.
Yeah. Hello, Dinesh sir. Thank you so much. Your wisdom is profound. It's always very, very good to hear you and listen to your wisdom. just wanted to know that I'm like, my question is going to be very silly, but I still wanted to ask because this is the first time I'm listening to Ashtavakra Gita. What Ashtavakra? I'm sorry. So, what is the difference between this Gita and Bhagavad Gita?
So, Bhagavad Gita and Ashtavakra Gita are totally two different scriptures.
Okay.
Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge which Lord Krishna gave to Arjun on the Kurukshetra, yep. Whereas Ashtavakra Gita is a dialogue between King Janak and Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra was only like 12 years old, and King Janak had a dream, and he wanted to understand, was the dream state the right, the true state, or is the wakefulness the right state? What is the truth? And then he met Ashtavakra, and this is the Gita which Ashtavakra gave. And Osho says that Ashtavakra Gita, in comparison to Ashtavakra Gita, the Bhagavad Gita speaks with a very weak voice, and even the Upanishads, which are called as the pinnacle of our philosophy, even the Upanishads shine with a very low light. This Ashtavakra Gita is where, yes, Ashtavakra just speaks about the ultimate truth. He does not speak about steps. He does not speak about what other things that you need to do in order to achieve this state. He doesn't talk about progression. He just talks about just being a witness. So there's a lot,
right,
a lot of knowledge in just. It's a very, very small booklet, so there's a lot of knowledge in it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So where can we buy this book? Is there anywhere? Is there any place?
I will post the it's a very small PDF file. I will post it on the.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, everyone. Madhuji, is there any announcement for tomorrow? So everyone, thank you very much, and let's join again tomorrow in the morning meditation. Thank you. Namaste.